Hello, Shalom. Welcome back to the Daily Bread. We'll be on day 113. We're reading from Numbers chapter 7, 1 Kings chapter 19, Psalms 113, Proverbs 23, and the book of Acts chapter 9. Continuing our reading, we'll be in the scriptures, the 2009 version. Numbers chapter 7 on page 146. And it came to be when Moshe finished setting up the dwelling place that he anointed it and set it apart in all its furnishings, as well as the slaughter place and all its utensils. Thus he anointed them and set them apart. And the leaders of Israel's heads of their fathers' houses, who were the leaders of the tribes and over the ones registered, drew near. And they brought their offerings before Yahweh, 6 covered wagons and 12 cattle, a wagon for every 2 of the leaders, and for each one a bull. And they brought them near before the dwelling place. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Accept these from them, and they shall be used in doing the service of the tent of appointment. And you shall give them to the Levites, each one according to his service. And Moshe took the wagons and the cattle, and gave them to the Levites. And he gave 2 wagons and 4 cattle to the sons of Gershon, according to their service. And he gave 4 wagons and 8 cattle to the sons of Merari, according to their service, under the hand of Ismar, son of Aaron the priest. But to the sons of Kehath, he gave none, because theirs was the service of the set-apart objects, which they bore on their shoulders. And the leaders brought their dedication offering of the slaughter place in the day it was anointed. So the leaders brought their offerings before the slaughter place. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Let them bring their offering, 1 leader each day, for the dedication of the slaughter place. And the one who brought his offering on the first day was Nahshon, son of Amram, from the tribe of Judah. And his offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil, and a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year-old, and a sending offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and as a slaughter offering, a peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year-old, and this was the offering of Nahshon, son of Amalek. On the second day, Nathaniel, son of Tisar, leader of Yishgar, brought near. He brought his offering, 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year-old, as an ascending offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and as a slaughter offering for a peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year-old. This was the offering of Nathaniel, son of Tisar. And on the third day, Elian, son of Herlon, leader of the children of Zebulun, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. And as a slaughtering a peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Elam son of Helon. On the 4th day, Elisar son of Shedar, leader of the children of Reuben, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour, mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, as an ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. And as a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 ram, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Elisar son of Shalom. On the 5th day, Shimei son of Serdari, leader of the children of Simon, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour, mixed with oil, a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, and an ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. And a slaughtering, a peace offering. 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Shimei, son of Sadai. On the 6th day, Eliphaz, son of Dolah, leader of the children of Gad, was offering his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl, 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place. Both of them filled with fine flour, mixed with oil and as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as a ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. And as a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Eliphaz, son of Delilah. On the 7th day, Elishan, son of Amid, leader of the children of Ephraim, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place. Both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, as an ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. And as a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. And this was the offering of Elisam, son of Ammielud. On the 8th day was Gamaliel, son of Pedar, leader of the children of Manasseh. His offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place. Both of them were filled with fine flour with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, as an ascending offering. 1 male goat as a sin offering. As a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Gilemiel, son of Pedus. On the 9th day, Abin, son of Gihom, Gedaliah, leader of the children of Benjamin. His offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of which filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and as a slaughtering of peace offering 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Abdi, son of Gihon. And on the 10th day, Ahiezer, son of Ammias, leader of the children of Dan, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and a slaughtering a peace offering 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Ahiezer, son of Ammon. And on the 11th day, Peglili, son of Okran, leader of the children of Asher, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour, with oil as mixed offering, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and a slaughtering offering, a peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Peli, son of Akron. And on the 12th day, Ahri, son of Enan, leader of the children of Naphtali, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering, 1 male goat as ascending offering, and as a slaughtering a peace offering 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Ahi, son of Enan. This was the dedication of the slaughter place from the leaders of Israel when it was anointed: 12 silver dishes, 12 silver bowls, 12 gold ladles. Each silver dish was 130 shekels, and each bowl 70 shekels. All the silver of the vessels was 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place. The 12 gold ladles filled with incense was 10 shekels, each according to the shekel of the set-apart place. All the gold ladles was 120 shekels. The reason why this book is called Numbers. All the cattle of the ascending offering offered were 12 young bulls, the rams 12, the male lambs a year old 12 with their grain offering, and the male goats as a sin offering 12. And all the cattle of the slaughtering of peace offering were 24 bulls, the rams 60, the male goats 60, the lambs a year old 60. This was the dedication of the slaughter place after it was anointed. And when Moshe went into the tent of appointment to speak with him, Yahweh, he heard the voice of one speaking to him from above the lid of appointment, atonement that was on the ark of the witness, from between him and the cherubim. Thus he spoke to him. Moving on to 1 Kings chapter 19 on page 374. And when Ahab reported to Jezebel all that Elijah had done, also how he slew all the prophets with the sword, Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah, saying, So let the mighty ones do to me, and more also, if I do not make your life as your life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And he feared, and rose up, and ran for his life, and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a broom tree, and prayed that he might die, and said, Is it enough? Now, Yahweh, take my life, for I am no better than my fathers. And he lay and slept under a broom tree, and see, a messenger touched him, and said to him, Rise, eat. And he looked and saw by his head a baked cake on coals and a jar of water. So he ate and drank, and turned and lay down. And the messenger of Yahweh came back the second time and touched him, and said, Rise, eat, for the journey is too much for you. And he rose up and ate and drank, and went in the strength on that food 40 days and 40 nights. As far as Horeb, the mountain of Elohim. And when he went into a cave and spent the night there, and see, the word of Yahweh came to him and said, What are you doing here, Elijah? And he said, I have been very jealous of Yahweh Elohim of hosts, for the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant. They have thrown down your slaughter places. They have killed your prophets with the sword, and I am left, I alone. They seek my life to take it. And he said, Go out, stand on the mountain before Yahweh, and see, Yahweh passed by, and a great strong wind tearing the mountains and breaking the rocks in pieces before Yahweh. Yahweh was not in the wind. After the wind, an earthquake. Yahweh was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. Yahweh was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. And it came to be when Elijah heard it, that he wrapped his face in his robe and went out and stood in the cave opening. And see, a voice came to him and said, What are you doing here, Elijah? And he said, I have been very jealous for Yahweh Elohim of hosts, for the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant. They have thrown down your slaughter places, they have killed your prophets with the sword, and I am left, I alone, and they seek my life to take it. And Yahweh said to him, Go, return to your way to the wilderness of Damascus, and you shall go in and anoint Hazael as sovereign over Aram, and anoint Judah, son of Nashim, as sovereign over Israel, and anoint Elijah, son of Shaphan, of Abel Mahalan, as prophet in your place. And it shall be that whoever escapes the sword of Hazael, Judah does kill, and whoever escapes the sword of Judah, that Elisha does kill. And I shall leave 7,000 in Israel. And all those knees have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him. And he went from there and found Elisha, son of Shaphan, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he was with the 12th. And Elijah passed by him and threw his robe on him. And he left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, "Please let me kiss my father and my mother, and then I go follow you." And he said to him, "Go, turn back, for what I have done to you." And he turned back from him and took the yoke of oxen and slaughtered them and cooked their flesh using the implements of the oxen and gave it to the people, and they ate. Then he rose up and followed Elijah and became his servant. Moving on to Psalms 113. Praise Yah, praise, O servants of Yahweh. Praise the name of Yahweh. Blessed be the name of Yahweh, now and forever. From the rising of the sun to its going down, the name of Yahweh is praised. Yahweh is high above all nations, his esteem above the heavens. Who is like Yahweh our Elohim? Who is enthroned on high? He looks down on the heavens and in the earth. He raises the poor out of the dust, lifts the needy from the dunghill, to make him sit with the nobles of his people, causing the barren woman to dwell in a house, a rejoicing mother of children. Praise Yah. On to Proverbs 23 on page 749. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, look well what is before you, and put a knife to your throat, if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. Do not labor to be rich. Cease from your own understanding. Do you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle to the heavens. Do not eat the bread of one having an evil eye, nor desire his delicacies. For as he reckons in his life, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You vomit the peace you have eaten. You lose your sweet words. Do not speak in the ears of a fool, for he treads to the wisdom of your words. Do not move the ancient boundary, and do not enter the fields of the fatherless. For their Redeemer, capital R, is strong. He shall plead their cause against you. Bring your heart to discipline, and your ears to words of knowledge. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you strike him with a rod, he does not die. Strike him with a rod, and deliver his beam from Sheol. My son, if your heart shall be wise, my heart rejoices, even I, and my kidneys exult. When your lips speak what is straight, do not let your heart envy sinners, but be in fear of Yahweh all day long. For certain there is a hereafter, and let your expectancy not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Be not among heavy drinkers of wine, or gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton become poor, and a slumber puts rags on a man. Listen to your father, who brought you forth. Do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it, wisdom and discipline and understanding. The father of the righteous greatly rejoices, and he who brings forth a wise one delights in him. Let your father and your mother rejoice, and let her who bore you exalt. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes watch my ways. For a hoard is a deep pit, and a strange woman is a narrow well. She too lies in wait as for a prey, and increase the treacherous among men. Who has woe, who has sorrow, who has contentions, who has complaints, who feels hurt without cause, who has redness of eyes? Those staying long at the wine, those going to search out mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it gives its color in the cup, as it flows smoothly. In the end it bites like a snake, and stings like an adder. Your eyes look on strange women, and your heart speaks perversities. And you shall be as one lying down in the midst of the sea, as one lying on top of the masses, saying, They struck me, I was not sick. They beat me, I did not know. When shall I wake up? Let me seek it again. Book of Acts, chapter 9, on page 1062. But Shaul, still breathing threats and murder against the taught ones of the master, having come to the high priest, asked him letters to the congregation of Damascus, so that if he found any who were in the way, whether men or women, to bring them bound to Jerusalem. And it came to be, that's what they were calling Yeshua's movement, the way, also the light. And it came to be that he journeyed, and he came near Damascus, and suddenly a light flashed around him from the heaven. And he fell to the ground, and heard a voice saying to him, Shaul, Shaul, why do you persecute me? And he said, Who are you, Master? And the Master said, I am Yeshua, whom you persecute. It is hard for you to kick against the prods. Both trembling and being astonished, he said, Master, what do you wish me to do? And the Master said to him, Arise, go into the city, and you shall be told what you have to do. And the men journeying with him stood speechless, hearing indeed the voice, but not seeing one. And Shaul rose from the ground, but when his eyes were opened, he saw no one. And leading him by the hand, they brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight, and did not eat nor drink. And there was at Damascus a certain taught one by the name of Hananiah. And the Master said unto him in a vision, Hananiah. And he said, Here I am, Master. And the Master said to him, Arise and go to the street called Straight, and seek in the house of Judah for one called Shaul of Tarsus. For look, he is praying. And as seen in the vision, a man named Hananiah coming in and laying his hand on him, so as to see again. And Hananiah answered, Master, I have heard from many about this man. How many evils did he do to your set apart ones in Jerusalem? And here he has the authority from the chief priests to bind all those calling on your name. But the Master said to him, Go, for he is a chosen vessel of mine to bear my name before nations, sovereigns, and the children of Israel. For I shall show him how much he has to suffer for my name. And Hananiah went away and went into the house, and laying his hands on him, he said, Brother Shaul, the Master Yeshua, who appeared to you on the way as you came, has sent me, so that you might see again and be filled with the set-apart Spirit. And immediately there fell from his eyes as it were scales, and he received his sight. And rising up, he was immersed, and having received food, he was strengthened. And Saul was with the taught ones at Damascus some days. And immediately he proclaimed the Messiah in the congregation, that he was the Son of Elohim. Let me repeat that. And immediately he proclaimed the Messiah in the congregations, that he was the Son of Elohim. And all who heard were amazed, and said, "This is not he who destroyed those calling on this name in Jerusalem." Like, they wouldn't even say his name. They wouldn't even say Yeshua. They just refer to him as the name. And has come here from this, to take them bound to the chief priest. But Saul kept increasing in strength, and was confounding the Judeans who dwelt in Damascus, proving that this is the Messiah. And after many days had lapsed, the Judeans plotted to kill him. But their plot became known to Saul, and they were watching the gates day and night to kill him. But taking him by night, the taught ones let him down through the wall, lowering him in a basket. And having arrived in Jerusalem, Saul tried to join the taught ones, but they were afraid of him, not believing that he was a taught one. But Barnabas, who took him and brought him to the emissaries, and told them how he had seen the Master on the way, and that he had spoken to him, and how he was speaking boldly at Damascus in the name of Yeshua. And he was with them at Jerusalem, coming in and going out, and speaking boldly in the name of the Master Yeshua, and disputed with the Hellenists. But they undertook to kill him. And when the brothers learned of this, they brought him down to Caesarea, and sent him to Tarsus. Then indeed the assemblies throughout all of Judah and Galilee and Samaria had peace, and were built up, and were walking in the fear of Yahweh, and in the encouragement of the set-apart Spirit. They were being increased. And it came to be, as Simon Peter Kepha was passing through all these places, that he also came down to the set-apart ones who were dwelling at Lod. And there he found a certain man named Asenus, who had been bedridden for 8 years, being paralytic. And Simon Peter Kepha said to him, "Asenus, Yeshua the Messiah, heals you. Rise up and make your bed." And immediately he rose up, and those dwelling at Lod and Saron saw him, and did turn to the Master. And in Joppa there was a certain taught one named Tabitha, which means Dorcas. This woman was filled with good works, kind deeds, which she did. And it came to be in those days that she became sick and died, and having washed her, they laid her in an upper room. And Lod being near Joppa, and the taught ones having heard that Simon Peter Kepha was there, they sent 2 men to him, urging him not to delay in coming to them. And having risen up, Kepha, Simon Peter, went in with them, and when they arrived, they brought him to the upper room, and all the widows stood beside him weeping, showing the inner garments and outer garments which Dorcas had made while she was with them. But Kepha, Simon Peter, sent them all out, and knelt down and prayed, and turned to the body. But Kepha, Simon Peter, sent them all out, knelt down and prayed. And turning to the body, he said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and seeing Kepha, Simon Peter, she sat up. And giving her his hand, he lifted her up, and calling the set apart ones and widows, he presented her alive. And it came to be known throughout all Joppa, and many believed on the Master. And it came to be that he stayed for many days in Joppa with Simon, a leather tanner. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.